Hello, everyone. And again, I'm back to ruin your time. Okay, so what happens is that it's been told by many a teacher, time and again that you should watch English movies to do something in regard to your English skills. And perhaps that is actually the best thing ever because I am actually of the opinion that movies are a great source of, improving your language skills. And if they're English movies, then maybe cha-ching, as in the best thing actually ever. So what I'm gonna do in this series is that I'm gonna share my views on the movies that I watch, and particularly English movies. Honestly, I'm a big movie buff, and I think movies have given me one of the ways to live. So I will be doing this thing about Bollywood movies also, but as in for the aim of this series is to generate your interest in English movies, and because if you only talk about this thing, that you should watch English movies, and it's really you need a force to be interested into something, and when people say that you should watch these movies and they haven't watched any themselves, as in that is something again I would say phony, as in it's not what should be the aim of the you know instructing someone to something or whatever. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to pique your interest in this regard. I'm going to do something that is going to force you to watch this movie, and of course that will help you improve your English also. As in, I will be sharing what I learned through this movie. As in, I love this movie. This is the best Batman movie ever. Honestly, I've not seen the Christian Bale series, but I have seen the Ben Affleck ones, and they were good also. I am actually not able to find fault with any of the movies because I live for movies, but still, as in with this one also, I could resonate a lot. As in, there were some things that were beyond the perhaps the bandwidth of a you know superhero movie. And the best thing that I can share right now is that they have shown Batman in the very human way. As in, this superhero is not someone who is not afraid of anything. This super is not someone who doesn't have any weaknesses, and he is actually afraid of a particular height, if I can remember, at a certain point when he's not prepared. So that is a big lesson that we should be prepared for what we're going to do. But of course, emergencies come and we have to be impromptu. But what a movie, as in that regard, they have shown Batman in the most human way as in possible. And Pattinson is like the best Batman ever, as in such a darling hero. He looks dishy for sure, and his scarred eyes, his his persona, his distress, his everything is so spot on that. As in, I think he was on a par with Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker guy, the antithesis of Batman. As in, perfect, loved it. So let's see what I've been able to learn from this movie, or maybe what I've been able to revise through this movie. As in, I have been through those things as in my life, and I have known these facts or these lessons before I watched this movie. So it was kind of exhilarating that I was able to see that people in other parts of the world also think something of this sort, and people like these, as in who are the best people ever, the richest people, the wealthiest people, the renowned people. So I am actually proud of my thinking right now. But let's see. First thing in this movie was how, as in what I could extract was how no one is born bad. So the villain, as in the bad guy, the Riddler, is not someone who was like this, by his genes or something. He had been, put in a situation where he had to become bad to survive. And that too, and if we see the opposite of that, the Batman who was always protected by his butler and his fortune, he did not become someone. He is called a vigilante, but that doesn't mean that he chose to be that, and that's just a mark. As in, many people in the movie, many people in Gotham know that he's not a vigilante. He's someone who is actually doing the good thing in a bad world. So the first thing, as I said earlier also, was that it's not our characteristics by birth that make us bad. It's all about the experiences, because in the orphanage that guy had to go through many things. He has spoken about that in the movie, as in how some people used to die, some kids used to die, and how they were stuffed into a room. So that's something realistically shocking, I would say. Then, of course, as in the second thing that shook me was that there are degrees of goodness. It's not that everybody is either white or black. There are degrees. Now, bad people, maybe penguin, maybe the government people, or someone maybe you know for instance, as in the person they kill or something. So all the dark people, all the villains have been shown to be bad. Now there are good people also. If I talk about Catwoman, maybe she's not the best hero ever. She actually tries to kill someone at a point, and when Batman stops her, we actually get to know that even the good people are not the ones who have everything in the positive way. Even they can go bad, and at a point even the Batman loses his calm. It is just at one point, and then you get to know that even good people can be, the best people can also become bad at certain points when they are not in the you know in the proper senses, or when they are not in their control. And better people, as in good people that have bad shades, people that have dark shades, people that have only dark shades, bad people, people that have fewer dark shades, maybe people that have positivity and negativity, maybe good people. But there are people who abound with goodness. Maybe they are the better people. For instance, the cop that is always with the Batman, as in, and the Batman himself, what a hero. And of course, this thing that how hurting others hurts the most, as in when someone hurts us, of course it's a painful thing, and we do not get over it for, any sooner. And that what happens with the Catwoman also, when her friend is actually hurt by someone, or when she talks about how she is, she was abandoned by her father or something. So, but when she tries to kill the antagonist, when she tries to kill the person who has done her, the wrong thing, Batman stops her. He says, as in, you do not know the pain of hurting others also. And that is what I think true also, as in it has happened that when someone has done me wrong and I have actually, gone ahead and hurt him, the pain after I have hurt him is more than the pain that he has given me. I have observed that. So that's why I try to ignore most people when they do something wrong to me. But when it, of course, goes over the limits, then I have to, get my cape out also. But mostly I've seen this, and even with the scars that are given when you do something wrong to someone, are the, you know, they are deeply imprinted, and it's really hard to get over them. It's harder to get over them, than it is to get over the wrong that has been done by someone to you. Trust me, as in mostly I think with our parents, when we hurt them, that is when they do something wrong to us, that's we feel bad. We feel as in they have done they are our parents. Why are they doing this to us? But when we hurt them back, we get into a gloomier mode, I would say. So that was there also when the Batman stops Catwoman and other people from killing other people, as in he says that you will not be different from them. And also what will happen is that you will end up being sadder. So hats off again. Own up. There comes a scene when one of the baddies who are gonna, okay, I don't want to give spoilers and all, but let it be. So there's a scene where one of the baddies actually is caught, and he says, I'm vengeance. Now that's a sentence that is used by the Batman also, previously. So he realizes that he might be doing something, he might be sending out a wrong message by using this phrase, or using this quote that I am vengeance, or Mr. Vengeance. So he owns it up. He you know punishes himself by maybe falling down, and then he owns up his mistake, that okay, I have been wrong and I should do something about it. And what he does afterward is something, I would say, miraculous. You will see in the movie. So owning up even after being a hero is a really good thing. You should actually be admitting your mistakes, as in it's perfectly fine to do so. And if you don't do that, I think that's worse. And so does the Batman. Be realistic. even and when he owns up his mistake, no, he goes and help people, to be better. But he also remains realistic that the world is not going to change with just one thought that has been that has gone undergone a change in me. It's still going to remain bad, but since I have become better, I'm going to help people more. I'm going to do something more for the people who are dependent on me. And of course, maybe I will lose. He still says toward the end that the city is flooded and it's still bad. It's still, it still needs repair. But he remains optimistic also that he's going to do the best thing. But he doesn't in that euphoria of optimism, he doesn't become blind that okay, now everything is going to be candy floss or something, bubblegum. He still remains the most rational person ever, that things can go worse, but why not to try? And I think that you should be doing with your IELTS also, or any other English exam for that matter. See you.